The October 24th, 2016 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Elkoffer? Here. Mrs. Boyce is excused. Mrs. Conley? Here. Mr. Delahanty? Here. Ms. Harris? Here. Chairman Michike?
Here.
Mr. Morelli? Here. Mr. Shepard? Here. Mr. Terp?
Here.
President Daniele?
Is there anyone signed up for public forum? Seeing none. Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address this committee at this time? Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the September 26, 2016 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business. Madam Clerk.
Referral number 16-0301.
Moved by Legislator Conley, second by Legislator Elkoffer. Legislator Morelli.
Chairman, through you to the administration, I see that this grant is splitting up for 5 full-time positions in the DEA's office and 6 positions in the Public Defender's office. Just some basic questions, because I think this is if I'm not mistaken, this is a new grant. So just to give us some background, what is the normal amount of time that one could expect sort of a felony case to be processed, and are these cases being expedited because of these new positions that are being added?
Through the chair, this is Nancy Shabetta from the District Attorney's Office. The county has actually been receiving this grant for over 30 years. And these are not new positions. And to answer your question about how long a felony case takes, using 4 quarters from our last grant cycle to calculate an average time from arrest to a final disposition is 255 days.
Okay. And are these positions being funded by any other source, or is it simply this grant?
Through the chair, they're fully grant funded.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral number 16-0302, acceptance of the grant from...
Moved by Legislator Elkoffer, second by Legislator Terp. Is there any discussion? Legislator Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To the administration. This is the second year receiving this grant, and could you explain to me, I have a few questions regarding how the grant is administered as far as the previous year. Prior to receiving the funding, how did the DA's office provide this service? I just need a little background, if you could, please.
Through the chair, before we had this grant, our other investigators in the office would sometimes help out with domestic violence cases, and also our victim witness unit, our victim assistance program, would also help domestic violence cases. But the primary focus of the investigators and the victim witness unit is for violent felonies. Domestic violence cases are unique, and it is very helpful to have an investigator dedicated to the program.
Thank you very much. Through the chair to the administration, you've explained a little bit about what the investigator does besides providing, they also provide support to the victims. What would the county do if this grant was to, they would no longer offer this grant? Do you guys have a plan for continuing to provide the service?
Through the chair, we would handle it the same way that we did before we had this position. We would just use existing staff to do the best that we could without having that extra level of focus on domestic violence cases.
Thank you. To the chair, to the administration, the funding basically covers salary and benefits based on the referral. Was the funding last year the same as what's in the grant this year?
Through the chair, yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing, Legislator Morelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the administration, how many clients last year were served by the district attorney's office?
Through the chair, there are 712 victims or family members served by this district attorney investigator.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral number 16-0303.
Moved by Legislator Delahanty, second by President Daniele. Any questions or discussion? And that would be Legislator Harris.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Through the administration, through the chair to the administration, this grant amount is $3,500, and I see that it has been decreased from the $6,500. And can you explain to me why was there a decrease in the amount?
Through the chair, Virginia Verhagen, Public Safety. This grant actually comes through a transportation bill, Moving Ahead for Progress, that was signed into law in July of 2012. So every year they do an allocation, and this is the last year of it. So it's kind of like, this is what's left. It's, it wasn't our decision.
Through the chair to the, thank you very much for that. Through the chair to the administration, approximately how many residents would be impacted by this, actually positively impacted by this program in this last year?
Through the chair, I don't have the exact number, but it'd be approximately 60. She does about, was doing them about once a month, the checkpoints, and they're almost an hour appointment, so about 5 a month she does.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, are there multiple fitting stations, or is there multiple different locations around the county that they do these checks
Through
at?
the chair, there's actually checkpoints throughout the county. A lot of fire districts and ambulance services do it. It's actually on our website. We list them all and when they do them. This is an actual, this particular grant impacts low income. They have to have WIC certification to be able to come into this program and get a car seat. It's not just checking the seat to making sure it's okay.
Through the chair, is it, to the administration, is it possible if I can get a list of those checkpoint locations?
Sure.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very much.
Legislator Conley.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, are there any car seats left at the end of the grant period?
Through the chair, no.
Legislator Harris.
The administration, how many seats did the last allocation fund for this year?
Through the chair, I don't have that number, but it's $2,500 worth, and then she has $1,000 for supply type items and pamphlets and educational type items.
Can you, through the chair to the administration, can you please get that information to me, if possible?
Through the chair, yes.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? There being no other matters, the October 24th, 2016 meeting of the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on Monday, November 28th, 2016, 5:30 p.m.